Salam alaikum to all the Muslims. Peace be unto all the non-Muslims. Been away for a while. The reason why is that I got a lot of emails. Oh yeah, Yusuf, your video's coming inshallah. My response to you inshallah. Salah. Um, yeah, I've been away for a while. People were complaining and saying that your videos are too low. You need to crank it up and turn it up and so forth and blah blah blah. And I put a lot of effort into the videos, but obviously people couldn't hear them. So hopefully you can hear these videos. Please let me know ASAP if you can't hear it, because I'm about to make a bunch of videos inshallah. um, First of all, I have to say something before I go any further on that, because I came on YouTube for a reason. But before that, what I'd like to say is um, thank you YouTube for providing this media. Thank you YouTube for providing this media vehicle for us to basically speak to non-Muslims one to one. So it's a priceless opportunity, because basically we can talk to people all over the world in their own homes, and they can actually get to know like what real Muslims are like, rather than just seeing the stereotypical views of the media and every Muslim is a terrorist and an emotional guy who's going to cut someone's head off if they disagree with them. So thank you. I know it wasn't your intention, and I hope YouTube does very well, but you don't need my hope, because it's already growing and you get more and more subscribers every day. So anyway, um, if you haven't seen any of my videos before, and maybe you haven't seen them, or you've tried to watch them and it's very quiet. My name's Hussein. I'm a convert. Come from a Jamaican Christian family. My mum was Roman Catholic. My father was Protestant. I didn't know him very well though. My father. I converted to the religion of secularism. I'm in London at the moment. Um, I've lived here all my life. Um, I converted from Christianity or left Christianity and basically accepted secularism. And after that, I embraced Islam in a very bad place actually, um, jail, But alhamdulillah, you know. After looking at all the different isms and schisms there are in the world, communism, capitalism, and um, what is it? All that, communism, capitalism, Hinduism, Sikhism, Darwinism, all these different things. I came to the conclusion after a number of years that Islam is the truth and has the most proof, rational, logical, and scientific. And yeah, basically, I was just here to to. I was just at first I wasn't doing blogs. I've only just recently started doing blogs. I was just putting videos on about the community that I'm part of, and that's Brixton Mosque. We class ourselves as Orthodox Muslims. See, and we follow the Quran, and the Sunnah, and the early companions of the Prophet, the ones that ate with him, basically the ones that met him, believed in him, and died with the same belief as the Prophet. Who was like, they lived with him, they ate with him, they went on journeys with him. When a verse of the Quran was revealed, it was explained to them what it was. So basically, we follow the Quran and Sunnah. The Sunnah is the ways and the speakings of the Prophet Muhammad, and Salaf is basically the companions, his best friends, basically, um, and the ones that came after them, and so forth and so forth. For the best da'wahs. So basically, we like to think we would say we're Orthodox Muslims, but we say we take the middle course. Basically, we don't go too far to the right, or we don't go too far to the left, because nowadays you've got lots of different Muslims. You've got some Muslims that are just on about jihad and killing innocent women and children, death to America, and kill, blah blah blah. They're a minority though, to be honest. And if you're an intelligent person, you'll know that if you've taken the time to go out and talk to Muslims and stuff. And then you've got Muslims who are just about on the extreme left. They smoke, they drink, they say that it's, basically they make up their own Islam, and how can I say, they're very, very lax. Like for them, they don't really follow the Prophet. They do their own kind of thing. So they say it's okay to smoke as long as you got good intention. It's okay to have a drink now and again. It's okay to maybe go to strip clubs or or whatever. but you have two. You have the right and you have the left. Now I just originally came on to give dawah and so forth and explain basically what Islam is, and the most important thing Islam is that we believe there's truth because it's the only one that worships a God, you know, that isn't created. And when I say that, and it's the truest religion. And when I say religion, don't just think about Islam, Christianity, and Hinduism. A religion is a belief in a way of life. If a person believes the purpose of life is to eat, sleep, you know, rave on a weekend, it's a religion. You might not want to perceive it as a religion, but you have a belief and you have the way you live your life, a philosophy, an ideal, you know, a thought, whatever. But all religion is a belief in a way of life, even if there's no supreme being there. So I just wanted to basically come on, speak to atheists, and I was expected to see on YouTube a lot of intelligent but firm, respectable disagreement, like atheists and Muslims and Christians and everybody talking like passionately about what they believe, strongly, firmly about what they believe, intensely what they believe, but at the same time respect each other. But I've come to realize, obviously, you know, it's quite saddening that that's not the way it is on YouTube. You know, you've got a lot of ignorant people. You know, so basically, the reason why I started doing blogs was very simple, and it's very upsetting. And I'm making this for you new Muslims, for new Muslims and Muslims as well. I came on it, and then I saw a couple of the people, you know, like spitting in Qurans and, you know, how can I say, spitting in Qurans, throwing Qurans into water, burning them and everything, and I was like, what the hell is this? You know, I don't believe the Bible is the word of God. I don't believe it's corrupted, and you know, it wasn't the original thing that Jesus had and so forth and blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna get a Bible and throw it. I'm not gonna get like Charles Darwin's book, you know, and burn it and stuff. And I saw a lot of atheists doing this. I couldn't believe people getting wine, spitting into the Quran, putting it into a toilet, and then people's threatening that they're gonna defecate and stuff and so forth. But they got free will; they can do what they want. You know, it's a free society. But yeah. So I was shocked when I saw that. But I was also shocked then, you know, when I saw some Muslims, you know, taking the American flag. You got a group called Free Islamic Thinkers or whatever, and then he took a flag out into the street into America, a bunch of them shouting and whatever, standing on our flag saying it means to us, you know, stepping on it, tearing it up and say I got no allegiance to this flag and so forth. It just basically disrespected. I thought, like, what is the point of that? And did I was just like I was just doing videos at first, and I thought there's a lot of, I realized from my videos a lot of people gave me nice comments on the videos because they like the community and so forth, and they basically saying they're new Muslims and stuff like that, or you know, some people were interested about Islam, and I didn't want them, you know, to see what the messed up atheists were doing, you know, or what the messed up Muslims were doing, basically, and then, you know, get intrigued to it, you know, because when you're a new Muslim or so forth, you know, you take this to heart. You see, oh, someone burning the Quran, and you know, you've read the beautiful stories of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, how generous, how kind he was, how, you know, like a Jewish woman used to put rubbish on his doorstep a lot, and you know, and like she would always do it, put rubbish out on his front door, and he'd come out and he'd see it, and they'd just pick it up, clean it up, and then take it in, you know, and dispose of it, and then she'd do it again and again and again, and one day she was sick, so he realised like she wasn't there, so he didn't like start laughing and say, yeah, good, you damn Jew, you know what I'm saying. He actually went and he said, I missed you this morning, like I didn't see you this morning, like normally you put like rubbish out, you know, and so forth, but this morning you didn't do it. So he went to see her to see how like she was, and he found out she was ill, so you know, he was just basically there and so forth, and yeah, so a lot of new Muslims, you know, they're young, they got love for the religion and just that and the other. They see the ignorant actions of this atheist, and then they might think, you know, I'm gonna get them back, burn their Quran and stuff like that. But it just doesn't make any sense, you know, and get back. So then I started doing blogs, and I will basically, what I did, my first thing, I started talking to Christians, and I started talking to atheists, and I was trying to talk to them, you know, and like have a nice dialogue and so forth with them and so forth. And then I got started. What happened is that I started seeing that people started doing classes, and like there's a few Muslims on it. The majority of brothers, mashallah, they're very good. They just do simple, basic talks, and explain things to people what Muslims believe about God, why we believe